So, welcome everybody to another episode of Creative Cosplay Corner. I am Cable Rose, your host and uber fan of all things cosplay. Tonight, we have a very interesting guest because of maybe the realms that we're going to discuss tonight. So I came across our guest, Susie Creates Cosplay, just in the last few months, and I was absolutely taken back at some of the epic edits and the final products that we'll see, as well as her process, because I liked her name, and we're going to ask her in just a second, ask her about Susie Creates Cosplays, and I kind of get her origin story. So Susie, welcome to the show. Come on, and please, by all means, introduce yourself and just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thanks for having me. My name is Susie Creates, I guess. I'm in the Midwest, and I'm not from here. But I've moved here for a job. I'm a geologist as a professional.
Okay.
And I recently, about a year and a half ago, kind of discovered that I could take my Halloween costume fun making and make it a full-time hobby. So full-time for a hobby. I don't have any other hobbies. So I started learning all of the secrets to creating cosplays. And that's what I do now for hobby.
So Susie, I appreciate your origin stories and your backgrounds. I think that's kind of cool. You said, hey, I just kind of got into it, and you've had a passion, it sounds like, for Halloween, the costuming, and kind of that kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. So why not? You've got the talent, you've got you enjoy it, so why not put it into maybe a full-time hobby? But there's a couple different layers in a hobby. So what is your idea? What is your thought on something called, I just did it again, closet cosplay? So do me a favor. I got a picture here I'd like to show everybody. So this one, and I don't know, this might be more than closet, but is this something like a closet cosplay that you can put together?
Yes, this is closet cosplay. These are only made up of, except for a few random accessories, everything in there comes from my closet.
Okay,
so I think there may have been one. I think all that you're showing is all of my clothes, but I have randomly used my sister-in-law's clothes, just like a shirt. Like I'm like, do you have a color or this sweater or something? Or my husband, and I need, a shirt to wrap him. Okay, so my Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, the plaid shirt is my husband's shirt.
Just the one around your waist, right?
Something like that. But everything is regular clothes or belts. Or shoes, even just trying to connect things together. So so the white Black Widow outfit there is extra belts. So there's a belt over my shoulders, there's a belt on my waist, and there's a belt connecting the waist to the gun. So yeah, that's all closet items that make a costume that's similar.
I love this because, of course, I'm going through, right? I told you me and my mom were sitting here today trying to figure out what to talk about and speak to. I want to start here. Is this BSG? This is from Battlestar Galactica, right?
It is number 6.
Mm-hmm. Number 6. And everybody has to have, there's two things. You got to have a little black dress, and you got to have maybe an elegant, maybe a revealing kind of. I thought this was a good BSG. And then this is Gaston. Is this your version of Gaston?
It is. Yeah.
I love, we've got, I got to follow my background here, Dr. Strange.
Because
I saw an edit and I thought, well, that's a really cool edit. And then I looked and I thought, I think she's wearing a pair of jeans, and you're wearing a pair of jeans in this picture, right? Yep. And then who's behind me? I got him. Oh, right. You've got.
Yep. That's Pepper Potts.
You got Pepper.
Iron Man 3, and then Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. And then that is from Mad Men. What's her name?
January Jones, this character?
Yes, her character. Yeah. Why am I losing that name?
That's okay. But then you said Black Widow, right? The White Widow, Black Widow. This is coming out of your closet minus a couple of things, a 9-inch nail shirt, or maybe you picked up, but 90% of this was something you had. So I love to show that creativeness that people can just go pull into their closet and walk away with a cosplay or an event that they could go be a part of. And that's pretty kick-ass. I think that's possible because not everybody thinks that this is possible, right?
Yeah. And they're super comfy too. So I can't wait. I've only been to one con.
Okay.
Like October or September of last year. And so I haven't gotten to wear any of these creations. I actually wore an old Wonder Woman to my first con, and I've since remade that, and I've got all these casual. I want to hopefully sometime I have the opportunity to go to like a full con, and I will be bringing one of those casual closet cosplays, because there will be a day I'll just be like, I don't want to be comfy, right?
So is that the end of the con Sunday, or is that the first day on Friday? Which one do you?
Probably I would probably do it on the last day, but it's just going to fit in a bag to, doesn't hurt. I could just wear the clothes.
You could wear it and then wear it home if you had to, right? Excellent. Yeah. So I also want to talk about, how do you come up with, what's your background for when you choose a character that you want to cosplay?
I am a huge just movie fan.
Okay.
I love movies and some TV shows. So like I loved Mad Men, and I just thought about all the characters that I like, and then I think about which characters I might look a little bit like.
Okay.
Maybe there's a hair difference, or maybe it's maybe it's a tall person. And I'm like, well, okay, do I like that show? Do I like that character? Let's try it. And the other half of it is just, oh my goodness, what is in my closet? What color or what type of thing? And then, okay, let's try and create. I've got to start. And so what items can I use to create that character? But I'm really just a movie and TV person. I haven't read comics. I'm not a gamer, really.
Okay.
Well, I used to play video games on the computer with my dad when Tomb Raider first came out. So that's how old I am too.
That's okay. I think we're kind of, we got some ages in there, right? But I want to talk about your Tomb Raider, because your Tomb Raider, I don't know if that's also a closet, or was that something that you purposely went and got?
It was a Halloween costume in college.
Okay.
But I've lost some of those pieces, the shorts, the shirt, the whatever. The only thing that remained from that costume was the gun holsters.
Okay.
That's it. Everything else, it's a new shirt from my closet because it's my favorite color. And then a new pair of shorts and new boots from something else. So it's all new and closet from my closet. But yeah, I've done that character before.
So the last two I'll talk about before we get into the next realm of this conversation is, and I can't think of the character name, but the new Jumanji films, you do.
Oh, yeah, Ruby Roundhouse.
Oh, my goodness. So I was in it. I thought you had a picture of, is that Jillian?
Oh, Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillan. Boy, Jillian, I was way off. But Karen Gillan, I thought that was her. And then I looked in and I was like, well, wait a minute, this is you. So obviously, is it a wig or did you color your hair?
It's a wig.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my most recent cosplay and my most recent wig purchase.
Okay.
I think I saved a couple dollars from our stimulus check. I said, okay, this is my little, $40, and I'm going to spend it on cosplay items.
Treat yourself, right? You got to treat yourself.
Agreed upon that this little portion was for a hobby, and so I picked up a wig, and now I've used it for Black Widow. Well, I guess not casual right now, but for like some fun videos or photos.
TikToks. You getting into some TikToks? We're gonna put that out here too.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, we're gonna put that out there, because between your IG and your TikToks, which are on your IG, I'm flabbergasted. I mean, seriously, they're fun, they're exciting, and they're just clever. But I love to see that, because that Ruby Roundhouse, when I saw those, I was like, man, how cool is that? You've got some of the ones out in the woods you've got the superhero pose when you're landing like Ruby. I thought this was cool, right? It was a good time. And the other one I want to speak to is the Doctor Strange, because I saw one edit, but the Doctor Strange looked like it was fairly simple as well.
Yes, it was. Sweater, a shirt underneath, multiple belts and jeans, and then the cape was, the cape was from a Halloween costume from 10 years ago that I just kind of flipped it inside out, and it looked like Doctor Strange. And I used some safety pins, and there it is.
Yeah, so I think it's really clever and creative as I see those closets that come together. But I want to talk about your whips. So in production, I'll put all kinds of whips up here. I'll put the leg shields. I'll put you've got saran wrap and duct tape. And so do me a favor, as you maybe just tell us about what is your process to build maybe something epic, like either your Wonder Woman or your Queen Hippolyta. I got that wrong. Hippolyta. So as we get to those two pictures, maybe I'll put up at all the production, but I want to show your whips. Talk about what that process is like.
So once I decide that this character is something that I really want to build, and usually has to be with me for quite a while.
Okay.
I will probably spend random times doodling. Well, first I'll collect every reference picture I can find from any angle, anything I could find to zoom in, even if I have to zoom in and screenshot it because it won't let me zoom in further. And then I'll start sketching. I'm not an artist, but it helps to draw the lines and figure out kind of where things are layered or connected to each other. And half the time I'll draw something like 3 times randomly, and it'll end up in a corner of, I'll never see it again. But it was just the point of drawing it out and trying to think about how things are put together. And then a lot of times I'll start using I'll either make a paper pattern if it's something simple like an arm, a bracer, an arm guard, or even the leg or shoe pieces. Use a piece of paper, draw half of it out because it's usually mirrored, fold it in half, cut it out, and do paper. Or I'll do the duct tape methods. I'll put some saran wrap and then duct tape and draw on it, or cut it out and then draw on it, pending what it is. And then I go from there, just start cutting foam and putting on the details.
So let's talk about that. Where do you get your materials? Because I'm not new to cosplay. I'm new to the idea of building cosplay. Either I grew up with a purchase, or I grew up with a closet where you could do something simple. But there are some, holy cow, epic, crazy, mega, awesome. But where do you start? What kind of material do you use?
Yeah. So not this past holiday season, but the previous one to that, I kind of, when I first decided I'd get into foam, I started to collect. I put together kind of a wish list for my family for Christmas. And then I said, okay, well, there's all these things that are $20 here, $15, $30. You get a heat gun, let's say. You can get a decent, inexpensive one. Doesn't have to be name brand, for $20. And then you get asked for, just random crafting supplies. Like, I think I got some stocking stuffers. I was like, a packet of zip ties. You know what? You use zip ties. So just general crafting stuff. And I go anywhere for that, from Hobby Lobby to Michael's to Joann Fabrics. It's just wherever I'm at. If they have the item and it's reasonable, then
Sure.
I'll pick it up. And then, I go to Joann Fabrics for fabric. Sometimes Hobby Lobby, they're not great. I've shopped a little bit online for those random ones. Like in Hippolyta's, her viper skin skirt. That one I had to search for, and as well as the wool blend cloak material, I had to search for that. Took a while. I actually got the wrong one, and then I had to, I still have that whole row. But the good thing is I will use it eventually. I'll find something to use that for.
You're not out of it, right? You've got an opportunity in the future.
Now, I do occasionally use craft foam when I'm in a pinch for the for that layering and details on my foam work. But generally, I go for I've really primarily only shopped at TNT Cosplay Supply for my big bits of foam. I have a little bit of a stock there because they're inexpensive. I think it's like, depending on what thickness it is, from $8 to $12 per sheet, and it's a big sheet. And then some contact cements, and then again, just any, like, the weirdest things I've picked up or have been given. A leather hole punch can be used for so many things that you need to make holes in. If it fits, try it. So I guess I kind of kept going. So I don't know what else another question for that would be.
No, I think it's great because between something like you said, in the kitchen, you've got saran wrap, you might have duct tape out in the garage. Next thing you know, you've got chunks of Velcro laying around, X-Acto knives in a cup. Next thing you know, you've got a leather hole punch, and then you've got a heat gun. And I was just watching a video just prior to us coming on tonight. There was somebody painstakingly putting, they had like I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's a tip, maybe on like what I would have called like a soldering gun, but the tip, and then they were doing a wood burner. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was, a wood burner. And they were burning the detail into their foam, and they were, and like you said, it probably wasn't the most expensive. I bought a heat gun, my first heat gun at a yard sale for $2. I've had it for 12 years. I mean, anywhere, right? Yeah. So I like the idea. You've got materials. You said it. I like this. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to do my research. You said every angle. You got to figure out what it looks like, and then you got to build it. So I want to talk about your Gal Gadot, your Wonder Woman, and your Queen, because both of those I think have been where I've seen a lot of, and again, I was previously kind of scrolling through, but a lot of your efforts were very detailed in those two. Can you tell me about those?
Yeah. So we'll start with Hippolyta.
Mm-hmm.
She was my second foam build of any significance. I want to say I did something in between my first foam build, which was Captain Marvel, and I did my husband's Halloween costume, which was Captain America. So that used some foam, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was just kind of a base shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then I did Hippolyta. And so Hippolyta, she was it just felt like she was me. Does that make sense? Like I matched the character. I felt like an Amazon because I'm really tall. And so I just started by, like I said, just sketching things out. Mm-hmm. And so I learned a lot of lessons with that one. Number one, that I got a lot faster once I figured out what I was doing the first time.
Okay.
That this time, the pattern making, I had a few more supplies to work with. It went really quick. The first, my corset body portion of it went together, almost all the pieces, in 6 days. And that's not, I don't work continuously. It's like, a Saturday, part of a Sunday, an hour in the evening here, an hour in the evening there. And then it was so fast. So what else are we talking about here? So that was built.
When that final product comes together, what's that like? What's it like to, one, put the time, the effort, the detail? Like you said, you got a little bit more progressed at it, but then what's it like to put it on? And I did what you just said. I felt like it was me, because you said on your IG, it says 6 foot, right? It says it right there. Yeah. And you said, I felt like an Amazon, but there's this epic shot with the trees going down the street and you're just standing there. And I was like, holy cow, what's it like to put that on and go out for a shoot or go out to an event?
Yeah. So I haven't been out an event yet.
No
so I look forward to that. But yeah, to like, just to walk around in her it's just epic. I mean, like you said, it's just epic. And it's the reason I think is because it fits me, because I made it.
Okay.
Right? So if it's done well to fit a person, no matter what your size or shape or sure, gender or whatever, if it fits you well, then you will feel pride in it, and it'll show in the way you walk, in the way you pose for pictures, in the way you interact with people. So I think that's the biggest thing, is when it feels good on you, you're going to be super happy with it. So I think that's part of the reason I make it myself.
And I like that. So, and that's probably the same, and I don't want to speak for you, but they're probably the same for that Wonder Woman as well, right? You did that effort, you put it in, it fits, it's got that. And there's a couple of action shots with you in that Wonder Woman set as well. I think this whole conversation has been very enlightening for me. Again, I'm new to interviewing cosplayers. I've always done interviews and I'm a public speaker. That's easy, but learning about this craft. And I really think it is exactly that, whether it's closet, whether it's the work in progresses that we'll show when we have all that going on, or whether it's that epic shot at the end. And I think you said it right. It was me. And I just felt like, boom, I'm there. And it was pretty kick ass. So this is it, though. Susie Creates Cosplay. You're only a couple years into this. Now, I know, obviously, you said you've had a history of fun Halloweens and just, I got to go Kate from 20 years ago, and you've kept it or whatever. But a couple years of doing these level of fun cosplays, whether it's the simple or whether it's the full details. I think that's a great story and a great thing to share, to show people that it doesn't have to be, I'm 20 years in and I'm finally at this level. If you've got the time, the passion, and the desire, you'll figure it out. You said, I made 3 sketches of this and it ended up in a corner. I never saw it again, but you went through that process to ensure that when you put it on, that it fits, that it's you, it's who you want to be. So Susie, one, I've always said this, I thank everybody for coming on my show. I want you guys to know that I appreciate y'all. This is not my audience. It's actually your audience, because people are going to come here to see you. So is there anything you want to tell the cosplay community? Is there anything you want to say to your audience and just tell them? This is your platform.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised at how well everything that I've done has been received, and I feel like it's great for people to see it. And then I appreciate how much love it is. I feel like I'm in the small town, middle of nowhere, and I haven't been to cons, but all of a sudden I'm like, people are seeing what I do and they appreciate it, and it makes me feel really good about the quality of what I do, I guess. So I want to thank everyone that's following me, and it's just been a wild ride so far, and it just feels like it's growing super fast, and can't wait to meet people too. There's so many people even across the world. I have a friend I made in Germany. I have a friend I made in Australia, and I hope someday I get to meet those people. So if you ever see me, call me Susie Creates, and that'll trigger, and I'm probably going to recognize a username or a face.
Yep.
I'm horrible with people's names. So yeah, I can't say enough about how amazing it is to get to have those feelings from other people. So.
Well, Susie, gratitude, I think, is a big part of what this world needs. You didn't do this in expectation of anything out of it. And you haven't even, you said I hadn't even been to a con yet. And yet people are still saying, hey, great job, keep up the good work. I think that's two ways. One, the gratitude for you. And then two, for you to hey, thanks everybody for, your love and support. And like you said, across the planet, I had a guest from Japan, him and his wife were on, and they're cosplayers that cosplay together. And so what a cool community, what a cool world. I think what a cool thing to, unfortunately, in this, I got a Cthulhu kind of shirt on because it's a crazy world right now. I'm running for, he's running for 2020, but it's a crazy world out there. And what a good thing to have some positivity and some smiles and some happiness out there for just something as simple as cosplay. So great on you. Great for being here. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm grateful. I messaged you and I'm some stranger. I'm some stranger that asked you to be on the show and come out and get to see and share what you do. So I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. To everybody else, this has been Susie Creates Cosplays. This is Susie from the Midwest, and she was here with us in her work in progress up to her final products, or again, those open closet kind of cosplays that are very simple as well. Yeah.
And I'm going to do those closet cosplays through the end of the year, every week, new one every week.
Oh, snap. So right there, we're going to put it on the bottom, put your TikTok and put your IG on there, and we'll get everybody once a week to come see what, see what Susie is creating in her closet. Hey, everybody, this has been a great episode of Creative Cosplay Corner. I'm Cable Rose. This has been Susie, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Good times.